Alright, so I just got finished watching New Japan Pro Wrestling's Best of the Super Juniors 29 Day 1 not too long ago. Here's my review of it. Today was a block, so for all of you AEW fans out there, you gotta wait one more day to see Wheeler Yuta, but we had a lot of good competition in this block, and overall, I felt like the day was a little underwhelming. Not bad, but a little underwhelming. Let me get into why. Before I get into that, make sure you guys like and follow and all that good stuff, because I don't really do New Japan reviews like that anymore. And if these reviews don't do well, I'm probably not doing more of them because I don't feel like wasting my time, not gonna lie. Just a quick little note, I did skip the tag team matches on the show because even though with these New Japan tournaments, the tag team matches have their role on the show, more often than not, they contribute nothing outside the fact that you get to see some guys from B block competing on A block today. That's really all there is, so I skipped it. Now let's get into day one's matches. We kicked off the show with Ace Austin of Impact Wrestling versus Clark Connors. This match was more or less a showcase for Ace Austin. I've seen him wrestle like 2 or 3 matches like in my entire life, so seeing him wrestle here in this New Japan ring and seeing how he's going to accustom to it, it was fine. I thought there was not as much high flying as I wanted to see from him. We saw like a little bit towards the end, but like to not open with that, it was a little questionable. Clark Connors is not a high flyer. He's just a junior. He's more of a striker slash power set guy. They had nice chemistry in here. Ace Austin won the match. I would say it's like a 6 out of 10. I also found out during the show through commentary that Ace Austin is a Quaker boy. He grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania. That's like an hour out from where I was born. Like, let's go. I'm rooting for you now, Ace Austin. After this, we had Zayne versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I've been watching Zayne since like 2019. I've always been impressed by that guy. He's an American indie darling, as a lot of smart marks will call him. So I was very curious about how his indie wrestling style would translate to New Japan. And it translated pretty well. I think he could work on a little bit of the selling, but he had a lot of cool high-flying moves in here that I think people will be impressed by. Yoshinobu was targeting the leg, trying to center him, trying to ground, but Zayne was not really having that. Zayne wasn't having it, and he picked up the win with the cinnamon twist, which was a top rope corkscrew senton, which was pretty cool to see. Another fairly good match. I give it like 6 out of 10. This right here was like my favorite match of the night. Francisco Akira versus Sho. I used to be a big Sho fan, but ever since he joined the Bullet Club, his moveset got dumbed down. I hate it. Francisco Akira oppressed the hell out of me very early on, within like 90 seconds. This guy is so fast, so fluid, so crisp with his moves. He didn't get to showcase too much, but what he could was just phenomenal. I loved it. Akira won the match with a running meteor to the back of Sho's head, and I'm just like, yo, I want to see more of this kid. I kind of want him to go far in this tournament now. I just really wish they didn't kill off all of Sho's good moves when he joined the Bullet Club. Same thing happened to Evil, and I detest it. He's basically Evil for the Super Juniors. He cheats and almost that's it. Far cry from his BOSJs the last 2 years I've seen him. Good booking decision on New Japan's end by having all the top new gaijins win their matches tonight. Can't wait to see them next week. So then we got to the co-main event. We had Ryusuke Taguchi versus Hiromu Takahashi, 2 veterans in the junior heavyweight division. And listen, if you watch New Japan, you know what you're getting into with a match between Ryusuke Taguchi and Hiromu Takahashi. I thought it was really fun, for the time it went at least. You know, they were chasing each other outside the ring. They were doing comedy spots in the very beginning. Ryusuke Taguchi, he went for like this running hip attack, and Hiromu did like the Samoa Joe walk out of the way and just walked out of the way. And then like he's laying on the ground like, pin me, pin me, pin me. And Hiromu falls for the bait for some reason. He almost gets locked in an ankle lock, and then they chased each other around, and it was fun, but the only thing was that it was kind of short. And that's the only thing I have about this show, is that this is a very short card. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm not saying I want every match to be 30 minutes, because that was my gripe with New Japan for a while, is that they tried to make every important match like 35-40 minute epics for unnecessary reasons. But this show had like the opening match 7 minutes, second match is like 8 minutes, the third match is like 8 minutes, 8-9 minutes, then this match is like, I think I want to say 12 or 13 minutes. It's like each match just felt short, and I'm like, it could have benefited from like 1 20-minute match. Like, I don't mind there being one long match, but like if every match is short, I feel like that's a little bit of an issue. In the end, though, Hiromu Takahashi won the match with his Hiromu roll, which is basically just like a roll through pin that he does. Hiromu is on the track to probably be in the finals just like he was for the last 3 years, like Kota Ibushi was in the finals for the last 4 years. I love Hiromu. He's one of my favorite Japanese wrestlers. I sincerely hope he does not make it to the finals and win again. It is very void of creativity to have the same person winning tournaments over and over and over again. So even though I'm rooting for him because he's my boy, I'm also praying for his downfall if he gets too close to the finals. Phenomenal wrestler, phenomenal character, but it's like you need to invest in your other junior heavyweights. You can't always rely on that same one person to carry you through, especially when he's faced everybody in your division already and very much should be going to the, main event / heavyweight scene very soon, which probably will never happen. But like, I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't be relying on Hiromu like every single year to carry this division. Love him, but that's just me. What do y'all think? Closing out the show, we had Yo versus Taiji Ishimori. This is the longest match in the show, but it was like a little over 15 minutes, and it was slow paced. It was like a normal New Japan main event, slow paced to start, and then once they got to Act 2, it just kind of ended. Like, there was no fast-paced sprint to the finish towards the end. It just felt like we transitioned from one move to the next. Taiji countered, locked in a submission, and tapped out Yo. I just thought that was a very awkward way to end the match. I feel like a proper lead-in. And though I think it was the best match on the show, it was not, like, great by any measure. Overall, fine show. No standout match you have to go watch, but Francisco Akira, I got my eye on you. We'll be back reviewing B Block tomorrow. Make sure you guys like and follow for more content like this. Catch y'all later. Peace.